Hi kids, I'm back again with another book. Now that you know where your garbage goes, wouldn't it be a good idea to try to reduce how much garbage goes to the landfills? That's why we recycle. And we recycle at school and you can recycle at home. And now that at your home, you could set up your own system for recycling if you don't already have one. And remember, that's what these arrows mean, is to recycle and reuse whatever you can. So we're going to read another book about garbage and what we can do to help save Mother Earth, because it's Earth Week. Recycle. Here's a handbook for you kids to think about recycling. More and more garbage. Every day people throw more trash away as the world population increases. More people throw more trash away. Garbage trucks come to pick it up, but where does all this trash go? Most of it is hauled away to landfills. A landfill is a place where garbage is dumped in heaps from garbage trucks. Some sanitary landfills are lined at the bottom with a plastic liner. And then they have a clay or soil covering. Bulldozers push the garbage into neat piles and they cover it up with dirt so that it won't smell and so the animals and the bugs will stay away. Most people don't want landfills near where they live. And besides, there is so much garbage now that in many places there isn't enough room to bury all of it. Where can it all go? One solution is to cut down on the amount of trash we make. We can do this by recycling some of our garbage to make it into new things. Recycling means reusing materials instead of throwing them away. Paper, glass, cans, and plastic. It takes a lot of trees and energy to make paper. In fact, people in the United States cut down 850 million trees to make paper products each year. When the trees are cut down, they are turned into wood chips. The wood chips are mixed with chemicals and water to make pulp. The pulp is spread out on a moving screen to make a thin layer of fibers. When the layer of fibers dries, it becomes paper. Newspapers, boxes, magazines, and many other things that are made from paper. When these things are through being used, they shouldn't be thrown away. Recycle them. Collect them. Most towns and cities have recycling centers where bundles of old paper can be dropped off. In some places, trash collectors pick up the bundles of paper and take them away for recycling. Old paper can be turned back into pulp and made into new recycled paper, using less energy than it takes to produce new paper from raw materials. Recycling paper saves trees and forests, which make oxygen and help keep the air clean. Saving the forest protects the homes of many animals, too. Glass. It takes lime, soda ash, and sand, called silica, to make glass. These three elements are mixed together and heated at very high temperature to make a glassy liquid. Measured amounts, sometimes dyed, are dropped into forming machines where the liquid hardens to make bottles and jars. Many products come in glass bottles or jars. Sometimes when they are through being used, they are just thrown away. It would take thousands of years for them to biodegrade at a landfill. Instead, these bottles and jars could be reused and recycled. Separate the deposit bottles from other ones. Bring your deposit bottles to your store to collect money if you have a deposit program. Many bottles are returnable. A small deposit is paid when the bottles are bought. When they are returned, the deposit is paid back. Most of the time, the bottles are sent back to the company that made them, where they are sterilized and refilled. Sometimes the bottles are recycled into new glass. Again, it takes much less energy and creates less pollution to make new glass from old glass. The glass is crushed and remelted. Next, it's recycled into liquid glass and poured into forming machines and stamped into new glass products. The sand, the lime and soda ash don't have to be dug up again, which would waste precious natural resources and destroy our forests and fields. Cans. Most cans are made from aluminum. It takes many energy resources and creates pollution to produce pure aluminum. First, a mineral called bauxite is mixed with soda ash and lime. When the mixture is put under pressure, aluminum is left as a byproduct. Then the aluminum is heated and poured into molds to make cans. Many products such as soda and foods are sold in aluminum cans. Often when the cans are empty, they are just tossed away. It takes about 500 years for an aluminum can to biodegrade at a landfill. But these aluminum cans can be reused and recycled. Like glass bottles, many cans are returnable for deposit or refund. After the cans are returned, they are sent to plants to be ground into small metal chips. These chips are melted down and made into aluminum bars, which are pressed into thin sheets of recycled aluminum. The sheets are then sold to can makers to be made into new cans. It takes much less energy and makes less pollution to make new aluminum foil from old aluminum. Natural resources such as bauxite, lime, and soda ash aren't taken from the earth to be used, and the fields and forests are left alone. Plastic. Plastic bottles, plastic bags, plastic plates, plastic containers. Most plastic is made from molecules called polymers, which are derived from petroleum. Petroleum, remember, comes from dinosaurs from long ago. The plastic is heated and sometimes dyed and poured into molds. A big problem with plastic is that it doesn't biodegrade very well. It can last forever. Instead of being allowed to fill landfills, litter roadsides, and harm wildlife, plastic can be recycled and used again. Like glass bottles and aluminum cans, plastic bottles can be returned for a deposit or a refund. These bottles will be sent away to be recycled into new plastic products. First, the old plastic is cleaned, then it is chopped up and melted down and molded into new recycled products. Recycling plastic saves natural resources such as oil and prevents pollution caused from the manufacturing of the plastics. Polystyrene is another form of plastic. Many products are made from polystyrene, sometimes called styrofoam, such as cups, fast food packaging, and packing materials. Some polystyrene is made using gases called chlorofluorocarbons, also called CFCs. These chemicals are harmful to people and animals. When they are burned, they create poisonous gases and also harm the ozone layer surrounding our planet. Unfortunately, it's cheaper to make new polystyrene than it is to recycle it. And there are few useful products that can be made, and there aren't very many useful products that can be made from recycled polystyrene. Plus, polystyrene is not biodegradable. Like plastic, it can last forever. The more polystyrene that is used and thrown away, the more garbage will sit in landfills for years and years and years. Polystyrene is dangerous to sea animals too. It floats on the water and sometimes looks like food. When the sea animals try to eat it, their systems get clogged up and often they starve to death. If more and more people learn to recycle, there will be less garbage and our planet will be a safer and healthier place to live. Recycling can become a habit that is fun and easy. These are just some fun facts about recycling, but I'm not going to read those right now because that was kind of a long book all about recycling. That's all for now.